Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all. Hey, thank you for joining me. Namaste. Capricorn, this is your reading for August 2018. We'll be using these 3 decks in front of you, a different number of cards from each one, and they all mean different things. We'll get through that as the reading progresses. Before we start, I had some words delivered to me for you guys from the celestial realm. In Capricorn, the mantra that you could use for this month is I am joyously happy. Also, Archangel Uriel arrived announcing the word freedom for you. So you can, as I say, you can utilize those energies, thoughts and mantras as well as the angel for the month of August moving forward. We'll take these 2 decks out of the play for now and we will start focusing on this one. We're picking 4 from this deck. These will be general cards. They can be interpreted at any level, but will also cover off finances and career sectors as well. So Capricorn, 4 cards for you for August 2018. Remember to check your moon and rising signs. You might find some interesting information there as well that also really fits your scenario or passion. I'm going to take that card. It does appear to be a bit of a jumper. That's your first one out. Here's a court card, the Knight of Swords. Remember too, we are in the season of eclipses, and eclipses denote change, if nothing else. So let's see what else is in store for you guys. The 7 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. This next deck are going to be utilising or energising, talking about your health scenario. Now remember, health is all aspects of life, including physical, emotional, spiritual. So we will be connecting with all different realms of health for that. These are the chakra balancing cards. They give us quite insightful information. This is for Capricorn for August. You have received love. I may have the deck upside down. I think I do. It doesn't matter if we turn them around. They are oracle cards. There is no negative inference when they're upside down. So you have received love and sound. Actually, they're 2 amazing frequencies of the very origins of life, of the cosmos, of the beginning. Both of those things. So that's kind of nice to have them together tied in there. These last cards are referencing relationships in your life, and again these can reference any area of relationships. Friends, family, work, colleagues, the greater community, and of course romantic. So let's see what's in store for you guys. Be yourself, perfect timing, and spiritual teacher. Okay, let's see. I might throughout the reading bring the camera closer to some of the cards at different times. We'll just see how it pans out. We will be starting with the top cards, the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And as I mentioned before, we have the Knight of Swords, that 7 of Cups, and 2 Pentacles on the right hand side, the 10 and the 9. Now interestingly, both of those Pentacle cards are considered extremely benevolent and positive and successful around money. We'll come back to the beginning with the Knight of Swords. He's actually rushing backwards, sort of, and this is the very first card of the month. He's rushing backwards into possibly July or maybe even earlier. Now he often is the indicator of something new that is swift and quick occurring and can be via communication. It can be your own communication, such as ideas that have come to you, some sort of, oh quick, let's get this started. It's like, woo woo woo, I'm fired up like anything. I mean, he can also represent offers that come to you through communication, so perhaps written offers or deals or something that you have to sign, or through email or letters or telegraph or through a lawyer or something like that. If it's not your own idea that you've fired up through your thought processes and putting it into physical plan, it's the concept or ideas that are possibly being delivered to you. And as I say, this may have started in July or even sooner, and the fact that it could be taking shape now or taking action, or you are relaying something back from a month or two ago to make this work and connect at a quicker, faster pace. We come to the one next door, the Seven of Cups, and he's been out a couple of times already for the month of August. He usually denotes caution at all levels, and especially if you are thinking of bringing new people into your life. Those cups in front of him hold a myriad of different things, and most of them are not good for him, but he's very attracted to all of them. And he's possibly going to make an incorrect decision when he makes a choice, and that could leave him blindsided by the effects of that choice. So the card is very much saying be careful about when you make a selection with your heart and not your intellect. So if some of you have offers being put to you in the month of August, regardless of what area this is in, whether it's love and romance or friendships or money or health or career or anything, you make sure you do your due diligence on the offers or prospects around you. Some of them will not suit your needs. Some of them could even be dodgy. So dealing with underhand behaviours, trends, fraudulent issues, anything along those lines. The card next to it that we come to, we see the Ten of Pentacles, and I've mentioned a little bit about that earlier. So it is a revered card, and it generally shows one of family happiness, success, and good dividends and prosperous energy around your money. Now, if you're not a working person, it doesn't have to mean your career. It can mean how you have invested money or how you are finding money coming into your life. Sometimes when this card is present, we actually see a beneficiary of something like a will that has been left behind, or gifted some money, so a gratuitous person gifts you something. Or if you are wanting a loan, there might be someone around you who can actually support you with this. It could be a parent or a grandparent or a relative or a close friend. The other energies in the card do represent the family, so sometimes this means a strong family unit that pulls together and is cohesive and offering support, and not just support at the financial level, but sometimes support emotionally, or helping each other out to become a stronger unit. Sometimes this card could turn up when there are family events, and there might be sort of expensive family events, like a group of you going on holiday together, grandparents and parents, or aunties and uncles or siblings, all going somewhere together for enjoyment and happy times. It can also represent grandparents in your life, so some of you might be interacting with grandparents or be reintroduced to them, or you might be attending a function around a grandparent for some reason. I see there are also two dogs in the card, and so I often think of pets when this turns up. And I feel it usually bodes quite a happy realm around pets, but it is the number 10, and 10 is the number of endings. So there is a possibility here that for some of you there might be some ending cycle involved in this card as well. So saying farewell to someone. Perhaps you're about to journey out or grow up or move out, you know, on your own, and you're moving away from some of these things that you hold very dear to you and that mean a lot to you. So yeah, there's a duality with the card, in as much that it's very positive and it offers great grounding and stability around finances, and often health as well, I might add. But it is the card of ending a cycle and moving into a new one. If we come to the Nine of Pentacles over here, right, it's the last tarot card up there, you've just really got the same messages again. They very much give off the same energy. So there's stability around money. There can be social outings around, you know, opulence and pleasantries and parties and activities, and Possibly for some of you, you may meet a person like this as well. And I know that you're obviously the earth sign energy, which those two cards represent, but you may meet another earth sign person who you are very attracted to. It could well be a woman like the Nine of Pentacles. She could have quite good stability around her finances. She might come in as a romantic person or possibly a new employer for you. She could be someone who is a mentor around money and offers you insight on how to gain stability with your finances or where to invest, or she could be even like a loan merchant. She still offers, again, as I say, a very similar feeling to the Ten of Pentacles. If we looked at her from a health perspective, quite often, again, she would exude positive health. So I'm getting fairly good energies here around health for you guys. If we come to the two cards in the middle that I have addressed as being your health cards, and I will zoom in a little bit so you can kind of get a nicer connection to them. The one on the left is love, and it is the heart energy. I'll put some green crystals with it because I just love the green anyhow myself. I must be in a green mood this month. That's me kicking the tripod on the camera. The card is a beautiful Labrador, possibly a retriever, and it says kindness, benevolence, sharing and receiving. You know, that dog is looking there with the way that all dogs look at their masters unless they've been abused. They look at you with unconditional love and non-judgmentalism. And that is the true aspect and dynamic of love. It's a very hard state for most humans to be in themselves, because we are by nature a judgmental species. And with that we put conditions with who and how we love. So the card could be telling some of you, because this is the heart chakra, it's the green colour which is around our heart, there could be a message for some of you physically about your heart. Some of you may need physical health checks, to go and get things like blood pressure checked out, your cholesterol levels. You can have a heart cardiogram check or an echogram done to make sure that your heart is functioning. Some of you may experience flutterings or heart palpitations, or pains in the chest, or issues to do with breasts, or lungs, things like asthma, bronchitis, inflammation, things along those lines could be physical health issues that crop up for some of you. If it's not physical, then it could be emotional. And when we talk about love, some of you may be blocked in the area of love as well, and you may need this chakra wheel activated a little bit more. And looking at that beautiful dog and connecting with the realm of unconditional love, kindness, benevolence, sharing, because when we share we also receive, because that's how the universe works, the laws of give and take. When you balance that out a little bit more and you do more of giving and receiving and just being supportive and nurturing, and that's the dog barking that we're talking about, then we kind of find that life flows a lot easier, and the universe will start to provide us with more of those exact things. So if any of you have been hurt in the heart a little bit lately and felt either emotional pain, perhaps through the loss of a friendship or a partner, or a family member that may have passed over, something along those lines, know that the heart chakra can be healed and opened again and be free flowing to allow this energy of love to come in. So one of the ways that this can be done is through meditation, or wearing the colour green, or eating green foods, as well as healing like Reiki healing or spiritual healing. Any of those things can help move the green chakra back into allowing the free flow energy of love and positive vibrations back into your life. Some of you may also be experiencing a higher degree or connection to love, and in reality that's what we come here for. We come to experience love at its highest vibrational frequency. And we must also learn to love ourselves, which is very important too. So some of you may be going on a self-awareness journey or experiencing periods of close love with other people in your life, and these could be new love situations as well. So if we move to the sound and look at that a little bit more, that is the blue chakra, so the throat chakra. And as I said that, I thought to myself, gosh, I'm a little bit croaky myself, so I went to go and get a glass of water. The throat chakra, obviously in that part of our head area or our neck area, can also refer to things such as the thyroid glands and the parathyroid. It can refer to things like throat viruses or sore throats, issues to do with teeth. These are all at the physical level. It can have to do with things like tonsillitis as well, or viruses, flus and colds that we get. It can also go to the back of the neck and refer to having things such as the bones out of place in your neck that may need manipulation, either through osteopathy, osteopathy, or through some sort of manipulation, or again through a healing technique. On the top of that sound card it says music, silence, rhythm and vibration. The very first essence or belief of the beginning of the universe is sound. So when sound was made, the universe began. And of course the Sanskrit sound Om is a very powerful sound, taking us right back to connection of the beginning of the universe when it was pure light, and the connection of light and love as being one together. So there's some sort of beautiful synchronistic harmony going on here with those two cards, because as I say, they are almost the very beginning, or the energy sources that seemed to, from belief perspective, start off the universe. So they're two of the most powerful frequencies that we need to have activated and free-flowing in our life. Music is a wonderful way of connecting to that throat chakra energy, to clear it and to remove any blockages. And you can do this through listening to many of the beautiful frequency music programs available on YouTube. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. So when we have free-flowing throat chakra energy, we are also able to communicate more, whether it be through music or through talking, or even through listening and silence. So some of you might find that you have a communication issue in the month of August, and I mentioned that with that card at the top left, the Knight of Swords. It feels as though you needed to go back to something, to re-communicate it again, to get it going, or communication is part of moving a process forward. And the more we communicate, the more clearly we can make decisions, because we have more information to make accurate decisions. So it's very important, the act of communication. And again, silence falls into that as well, because we communicate not just by talking, but also with our power of listening and understanding situations. Again, you may be feeling in a position where the chakra point is actually in a positive phase as opposed to a negative. So some of you may be experiencing power around this area and feeling the gift of understanding communication and connecting with the high-end vibration sounds of the universe, giving you, passion and inspiration and insight into your projects and movement forward. We come down to the last row of cards down the bottom, which I said was kind of for relationships, and it said, be yourself. This situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. So if for some reason in any aspect of relationship around you, you feel you have been degraded, I guess, and not listened to, not been treated fairly and not been treated with love and respect, it's time to stand up and take some bold steps forward in making sure that yourself is reunited as your honest front. When our integrity values are knocked aside and we are not treated with the desires or the respect that we deserve in our life, then we'll find situations cropping up that don't gel well and they don't sit right with us at our core values. So we can sometimes feel stress or anxiety or depression when situations like this arise. So it's important to be heard clearly for who you are and what you believe in. It's about empowering yourself and regaining strength, Capricorn. So as I say, if there are any relationships around, whether they're a worker at work or a boss or a partner or a parent figure or a grandparent or a friend, and they are not allowing you to stand up to be your true self, you need to either talk to them about it, or you need to communicate at a better level, or you need to maybe move yourself in a different direction. You have many choices on how to resolve situations such as this. If we come to the next card, which has lots of blue in it, a different shade of blue up here, but blue, again, which makes me think of communication. It says perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. So I guess these two cards actually kind of are talking to each other a little bit about movement and standing up and feeling the power. I think there is power when those two are put together. So we only know perfect timing when often in hindsight it hits us. Oftentimes we're left thinking, oh gosh, should I act on this now? Should I do it now? Is it right now? They're telling you there's something in your life at the moment, and you might be thinking, is it or isn't it? You might be asking, there's something that is about to happen that is really the right choice and the right way to go. So remember, up here you had many that weren't, but down here they're saying something is. So one of those choices is going to be a good one for you. It's about connecting with your higher self and knowing which one to choose. So that's about engaging in gut instincts and intuition especially. So pick up on those levels for the month, and it sounds like, and it feels like to me, something around you will move forward in a positive way. And given this is the relationship card bunch down here, it could have to do with personal relationships at one level or another. It may even be work relationships. We come down to this last card, and it says spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Well, that's a beautiful card to receive, and not everyone is wanting to be on the sort of bandwagon of the spirituality, the new age healing era thing. But for those of you who are, this could be a sign that there is growth coming in this direction for you. Perhaps you are forming relationships or liaisons with someone who is either a mentor or helping you to progress along that line, or alternatively, you are the mentor for others and you are actually helping to teach them and nourish them and nurture them in the aspects of healing and life purposes. So it's quite a profound thing to become the teacher in life as opposed to being the student. Everybody goes through the student phase, and sometimes they go through it for their whole life because they love the learning process. But often for a lot of us, at some point we become the teacher, and to be able to pass on knowledge and help others grow and connect with their higher purpose is a very satisfying and rewarding dynamic in life. So for some of you, this could be the formation of either new relationships coming in or relationships that currently exist that grow and flourish and blossom. So it's good reading for you guys, Capricorn. I feel there's quite a lot of background positivity bubbling away. And you know, those two finance cards at the top do sort of have a feeling of stability and prosperity around your finances. It could be that other people are involved one way or another, either in supporting you or helping you or giving you insight. But overall, it feels like a nice, floaty, kind of reasonably light reading, given the power of the eclipses that we're going through in July and August. So thank you for joining me, guys. I trust you have really enjoyed your reading and that you find much love and connection to sound for the month of August coming up. I love it when you leave your comments and when you sub the channel and like the video as well. It all goes towards, you know, producing more of the next month's readings and things. So thank you again for joining me, everyone. Much love. Namaste.